Hi guys, I am surprisingly nervous. I'm not usually that nervous for these anymore. I think it's because I haven't been on for a while, and that's why I'm here. My name is JessicaCross, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm from JessicaCross ASMR.com, and that is one of the reasons why I wanted to check in, because I've kind of disappeared for a few weeks, which is rare for me, and I wanted to tell you why and give you a little bit of an update. So I thought I'd do this live just because there's some features on here that I can use that are easier to do live than to edit in. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story. I started making videos about 3.5 years ago. And I started off making meditation videos, which is really, really what I love to do. And I was making audio only, just stationary picture or PowerPoint presentation meditations. And at one point, someone said, "You have a great voice for ASMR. You should check it out." And I didn't know what it was. So I went and took a look. And I really fell in love with it. And one of the reasons I fell in love with it is because I also suffer from anxiety. And I suffer from anxiety myself. And for many years, I did counseling as a licensed clinical social worker. So I would do individual and group counseling. I started off mostly doing substance abuse work, and I would run detox facilities and all kinds of things. And while doing that, what I realized was, even with substance abuse, which seems so specialized, once you got past the actual detox and the getting off of whatever substance they were using, whatever addiction issue there was, the long-term recovery really had to do with managing stress. So a lot of my clients who had been sober for 6 months or more, usually the first 6 months, it is very focused work on dealing with addictions. But past 6 months, I found a lot of it was about when you have stressors come up, which are going to come up inevitably. How are you going to cope with them instead of using? And so I really started doing a lot of stress reduction work with people. And then I moved on to employee assistance counseling, which was a bit more varied. And so I did substance abuse work still, but I also did lots of other work with lots of other issues. And I found that, again, most of what I was doing was stress reduction. I was doing some family work, but a lot of it tied back to stress reduction. So when I found ASMR, not only was it wonderful for me, but it was wonderful for I wished I had had it as a tool when I was doing counseling. So I started doing a lot of ASMR videos, and I made over 500 ASMR videos. And I did that for about 3.5 years. And then a few months ago, I realized I had spent all of this time making content, which I love doing. And for those of you who know me, part of the reason I made content was because I had an infant at home when I started this. Then I had a toddler, and now I have a child who is going into kindergarten next year. And so I was raising a child, plus I was working part-time from home, which I still do. And so I would have my part-time work, raising a child, and I would have to fit in trying to start my own business on the side. And so I focused on content creation because that was fun. Content creation's fun. So I made videos and I made audio recordings, and I put them on Amazon and Spotify. And then I started doing workshops last year. About a year and a half ago, I started doing workshops, and I would do workshops online through video, and then I would start doing paid workshops, and I would create books along with them, and I published those books on Amazon, and they are still out there. And I have continued to record the meditations from those books and connect them. I'm now selling those on Gumroad because it's the easiest way to connect my ebooks with the recordings of the meditations. If you're interested in any of this, you can check it out on JessicaCross ASMR.com, which I will talk more about, because I realized about 3 months ago I really wanted this to be a business. I wanted this to be what I got up and did in the morning for you guys, because it seems so much more valuable than the part-time work that I'm currently doing. Right now I'm editing, and I'm editing technical reports. And in the realm of giving back to the world, it is not the most valuable work in the world. It allowed me to raise my child from home, and it allowed me to work from home and learn how to work from home. So in that way, it was very valuable. But I'd really like to spend my time making things for you and making things to help people with stress reduction, which my current work does not. And so I realized I'd spent 3.5 years making content, and I'd spent no time running a business because it scared me. Learning how to make content was fun and interesting, and even though I didn't really know how to do it, I enjoyed the process. The idea of trying to run a business absolutely terrified me. Until a few months ago, I bought an ebook from Joanna DeVoe. If you guys don't know her, if you're interested in most anything, she's wonderful. She has a podcast called Hippie Witch. Her work is very spiritually oriented, so if you're not interested in that, she's probably not for you. But she talks about being a witch and paganism, of which I am neither specifically, but I'm very interested in both of those things. And she talks about lots of other things too. And she is running a business, so she talks a lot about running a business. And I bought an ebook from her, and she gave me some resources that I had never had before. And I realized that was part of the problem I had had when I first started looking into running a business. I found a lot of people that felt very smarmy to me. It felt very make a buck no matter what, and even if it feels a little icky, that's okay. And that just didn't resonate with me, and I couldn't listen to it. And I found through Joanna DeVoe, specifically Pat Flynn, who runs a website called smartpassiveincome.com. And the main thing about Pat Flynn that is wonderful is, first of all, he has a lot of podcasts, and I listen to a lot on audio. It's one of the ways that I learn best. And he just seems like a nice, caring guy who wants to make the world a better place. And though he's doing it through running a business, he just is very ethical. He gives business advice and is always talking about, making the world and the internet a better place. And so I can really hear his message, because I don't have to ignore the messenger, which is hard for me to ignore the messenger when I don't like messenger very much and I'm trying to take advice from them. So to find a messenger that I really respect and I think is doing good work, and he's teaching me how to run a business. So what I have spent the last month doing, rather than making content, and I'm sorry, but I do have 500 videos out there for you if you need something. I've been trying to create a website and figure out how to run a business. And so I've had a website for a very long time, but it was a very bad website. So I have been fixing it up. And the other thing I've been doing is I have been asking lots of questions from you guys. And I want to ask more questions from you guys. Specifically, what are the things that I can help you with? What are the videos you would like to see? What are the workshops you would like me to run? And I'm not saying that I will take every suggestion. I will appreciate every suggestion. But what I'm trying to find is the intersection between what you guys want and what I feel I am good at and I love doing. So I'm doing a lot more meditations, and I hope you guys enjoy those. I know not everybody does. But I have a wonderful, wonderful tribe through YouTube and through Facebook. And I'm reaching out to you guys on both venues so that I can give you what you want. That's really what I want to do. I want to help people. That's the most important thing to me. And I want to find out the best ways that I can help you. And I see that some of you are here. I do see you. Thank you for joining me. So please do comment. Let me know, and wait until the live version is over, because one of the problems with recording live, one of the benefits and one of the problems with recording live is whatever you write in the comments while it's live is gone once it's not live anymore. So it's wonderful when I'm doing sort of private live events for my tribe, and we can comment back and forth, and we don't have to worry about it sitting there forever on YouTube. It's gone. But if you guys want to leave me comments about what you would like more of, what you think I can help you with, what are the problems that are bothering you, mostly around stress reduction, that I could help with, that I could do focused meditations around, I want to give you guys what is helpful to you. And so please put those comments below, or direct message me, or reach out to me on Facebook, and I will appreciate all of them, and I will see if they fit with what I think I can do well and provide. And I wanted to give you guys a glimpse of my website. So let me see if I can find that. Okay, see if I can figure this out. Again, this part, the business running part, it's not my forte, but I am spending lots and lots of time trying to figure it out so I can show you guys. And I'm hoping you guys can follow me on this journey of trying to run a business, and let me know what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And I'm trying to basically take a class through what I can find online, and I'm reading lots of books, and I'm hoping that it will make me better at what I do, and it will help me reach the people who can benefit from what I can offer. So I want to just show you what I have here. So I have an opt-in if you would like to get on my newsletter. I am also thinking of reading my newsletter on here, because I'm thinking this is where most people find me. So I may give you my newsletter through video as well. But if you would like to get it through email, you can opt in on here. And my mission is to help you alleviate stress, reduce anxiety, and relax away insomnia. And through my research, I have found that there's several main factors that affect your stress tolerance. And I think that's the big thing. ASMR is wonderful for dealing with stress and relaxing you, but I think we're all looking for ways to deal with stress better when it pops up. So that is our stress tolerance level. And that is where I am trying to help you guys with the guided meditations. So I have over here my little channel introduction if you guys haven't seen it, and the fact that I'm an LCSW counselor, and I have helped people for over 15 years with managing stress. I'm also a massage therapist, which most of you know. And the first two factors are exercise and diet, which I am not going to help you with, because there are lots and lots of people who do that and who are much, much better trained at doing that than I am. For my own exercise and diet, I walk 10,000 steps a day. I do yoga every morning, just 10 minutes of usually Kundalini yoga. And I try to eat healthy, because I have lost 55 pounds since I was married, and I want to keep it off. and be able to walk my 10,000 steps without getting out of breath. That's my main thing about my weight, is I want to be able to keep up with my husband, and I have a 5-year-old son, so he's going to outpace me very soon if I don't start upping my game in terms of diet and exercise. So for self-soothing, I, and probably most of you, use ASMR. I listen to ASMR while I do my editing. I use it to calm down at night before sleep. I do suffer from insomnia, as most of you do as well, and ASMR really helps me to calm down, although I cannot fall asleep to ASMR, which I'm very jealous of those of you who can listen to ASMR and fall asleep. I can't. I have to use it to calm down and stop my brain from racing, and then I'm able to turn it off and go lay down and fall asleep. But I can't fall asleep while I'm listening to anything, pretty much. So once I found ASMR and got very comfortable with it, I started moving on to guided meditation. I've done guided meditation on and off for a long time. I did mindful meditation for a long time, which I think is wonderful. I really struggle with it because my thoughts race so much. So I started doing guided meditations, and then I started creating specifically question-centered guided meditations. So if you've listened to any of my guided meditations, you know I usually have you go through some experience that may give you answers to problems and questions that you're having, or I have you specifically ask questions to your guides. So the guided meditations in general really helped with my attitude and outlook, which are two major components of coping with stress. And they helped me feel like whatever problem I was going through was not the biggest issue in the universe. And that through meditation, I could tap into sort of the bigger energies that were out there, and that there were things much bigger than me. And lots of things in my own life that were much more important. One of the meditations I used to do in group counseling a lot was to look back at your life when you're 80 years old and what are going to be the things that are important. And one of the reasons I found that so useful is it helped me to think about how the thing I was stressing about right now was not even going to be a blip in the radar. Even a year from now, it wasn't going to be a blip in the radar. So for the most part, there are big problems that come up, but I would worry so out of proportion for everything. So with the question-centered guided meditations, they helped me to prepare to deal with whatever was coming up. And they helped me by goal setting, by figuring out my priorities, by thinking about what I wanted to be, who I wanted to be. And it helped that when little problems came up, like with editing at work, they didn't seem as major because I was able to really look at who I wanted to be and what was important in the long run. And editing a technical report was not really one of those things. And then one of the biggest things it's helped me to do is to grow my social network through you guys. And many of you are connected with me on Facebook, which is wonderful and means the world to me. And I know many of you are here, and I'm sorry if you feel like I am ignoring you. I'm not, and I'm going to say hello to you specifically soon. But I wanted to get through some of this for the people who are going to very quickly click off of my video when I start talking to people they don't know. But I hope you listen a little bit to it, because it's what joining my Facebook groups is about. And I do have a Facebook page that is JessicaCross ASMR, but that's a business page, so it's harder to connect with me there. I do have my information in the description box below, but you can find me on the ASMR Relaxation discussion group. That is one of mine. And you can find me just my personal account on Facebook is JessicaCross. You can also direct message me and I will find you and send you where you need to go. So the link for Facebook is on here as well on my website. And being able to reach out to you guys, for those of you who are in those groups, you know that I reach out to you a lot with my struggles and with my thanks. And you have helped me tremendously. And just knowing you're there, even when I don't reach out, makes a difference. So one of the final things that I want to mention about the website is that I have a shadow work ebook, which I have mentioned. It is on Gumroad. If you click here, it will come up on Gumroad and you can see how to purchase it, how to purchase just the book, just the meditations, or the book and the meditations. There's more information about it. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about that is because being able to do shadow work has so helped me control my stress levels. Being able to look at why I would overreact to certain things. So specifically at work, if I feel someone is asking me for more than I can give, I completely overreact to the situation. And it's because boundary setting is so difficult for me for various reasons from my own history. And so going back into the shadow work that I went through in this workshop, this was a live workshop that I did with many members of my tribe, and to go through and do the meditations, do the workbook exercises, changed my life completely, because I am now able to see, even if I'm not always able to immediately control overreacting, it is much, much better. And often I am able to control it. I'm able to see that I am responding to an old situation, not the current one. But even if I'm not, I'm usually able to shortly recognize why, first of all, my reaction is so out of proportion. Because at first it seemed natural to me that I would overreact in the way that I did. And doing shadow work has taught me that it's actually ridiculous the way that I overreact to things, and that it is from things in my past that are triggered by these other situations that come up. So that is on there if you really want to dig deep. The only other thing I want to show you, which was a labor of love, and I know some people like it and some people don't, but I created a virtual spa, which is a tab on here. So it's always been a dream of mine to have like a virtual spa where I could go in, and I love spas and I love fancy spa treatments, but I can't afford a lot of them. I have done some of them because I'm a massage therapist, so I'm often lucky to be able to do them as part of my work. But these are different videos that you can click on, or audio for different kinds of spa treatments. And all of these are real things that you would get at a resort spa, if not a day spa. So do check them out. Feel free to recommend new spa treatments, new videos you want, if you don't want to comment below. And with that, I'm going to exit out of here and say hello to everybody and thank you for joining me. And hi guys, I can see you. Hi Tom. Hi. Oh, Ala Plum is, sorry, it is Robin. Hi Robin. You're always the one. I don't know why I forget that one. Hi Drew. Hi Brittany. Hi guys. I'm so happy to see you. So I just wanted to let you guys know why I had kind of disappeared. And I may be quiet on and off for a while, but I appreciate those of you guys who are on. You are all in my Facebook group pretty much. So do let me know what I can be helping you with. And even if it's something I haven't done before, even if it's a really completely different genre than meditation or ASMR, feel free to throw it out there. It might be something I'd want to do. And I am thinking of doing another workshop soon with you guys. So you guys have been talking about motivation, and I'm loving that idea. And I don't want to just throw something together. I think that will be either either midsummer. If I really get things together, it'll be midsummer, or it'll be another September workshop. September is usually when I do my live workshops, and I will have all you guys in it. And if you guys have any suggestions on the website, I am trying to listen to advice from others and trying to put my own spin on it. So I don't know what is working and what isn't. One of the things I have done is I have put things into Gumroad, which helps me to see what people are looking at and what they are buying and what they're not buying and what they're not looking at. So I'm just trying, it's me trying to figure it out. I will figure it out because I will work until I figure it out, but it's going to be a long process. And Tom, I do want to do live hangouts, and I know you love them. And the problem is I have so many technical difficulties. And so I think the live hangouts really, Tom, tell me what it is about the live hangouts that you really love. I would love to have, because I know there's a lot of people in the tribe that don't love the live hangouts and they don't want to be seen. And what I'm thinking of doing with the new workshop is to put together a small tutorial on each of the 7 sections. So there'll be a small talk part like I usually do on my workshops, and then there will be a meditation, and that will be pre-recorded and you will get them. One of the benefits of that also is it then allows me to package that into something that people can get after as well. And then the actual live meeting would be a hangout, Tom. And so everybody who's in the group, and we would keep the group small, would come onto the live hangout and we would just talk about the subject. We wouldn't do a meditation because it's doing the meditations that really makes me hesitate to do the hangout, because what's happened is during the hangout I have more technical difficulties. When I do the meditation, I tend to close my eyes, and people tend to not mute themselves when they jump in the hangout. So then we're doing a meditation and I'm hearing background noise from other people, and I either have to, in the middle of the meditation, tell people to mute themselves, or I miss that there's a problem because my eyes are closed. So I think I really am trying to overcome it for you, Tom, because I agree that sometimes most of the time, the interactions you guys have in the Facebook group without me are better than anything I participate in. I love the ones where I can just participate and I don't have to lead them in any way. So I think that might make you happy, and I think it might make other people happy too. So what I could do is I would put out the meditation and the sort of tutorial part. You guys could watch that at your leisure, and then we would get together probably every Tuesday night again, and we would have a live hangout, and we would talk about the issue. We would talk about our struggles with motivation, what was working for us, what we saw in the meditation, what we didn't, what we want to see, what we're looking for. We could talk about all of that, and that's very exciting to me. And we would keep it private, so I would make you guys talk. It would never be included in something that I would make available later. So, and that's been part of the issue with Hangouts, is people are self-conscious. And sometimes I want to be able to use the information in the beginning. I think I knew doing this at this time was rough because most people can't make this time. in the middle of the day. This is a good time for me because my son's still in school. And I'm done with work for the day. So I finish up my work at 1 and I don't have to pick him up till 2:30. So I have this little window, but I don't do much at this time because I know it's such a hard time for people to make it. But I wanted to do this live so that I could do the little back and forth with seeing the website. So Tom, let me know if that sounds like something that would work for you. I think it would. I think you would like that. And I think that would be good because then I wouldn't feel like I need to get certain material in during the hangout, which has also been a struggle. Like I really want to just have the hangout and be like, we'll chat. When we're done chatting, we'll end. And that's it. And I can kind of push people. Yeah, I think some people do join on audio only. But I think sometimes people are even self-conscious about possibly having their audio out there long term. So I'm glad you like that idea, Tom, because I definitely want you in the workshop. And I think that's a good system. And all of this came up because I asked you guys yesterday what you guys would like. So I don't think I ever would have come up with that idea. So it really, really helps me to brainstorm with you guys and find out what you want. And it's nice to know you guys like the longer workshops because I love doing the longer workshops, but writing 50 to 60 pages worth of material, which I always have, in the past, is daunting. It's a lot of writing to do. Yeah, see, I know we have a lot of introverts, and I am an introvert as well. I am an introvert who has pushed herself for a long time for some reason, who wants to be on stage. So I've told you guys this, I've always sang on stage, I've always performed on stage, and I physically shake. I'm so petrified to do it, but for some reason I have some compulsion to do it. I was very nervous doing this today. I don't know why. I think I felt I needed to be more professional in the beginning. So let me know if that just seems silly. But I think us chatting back and forth like we are now, and for those of you who aren't on here and this is boring, I'm sorry, you guys can leave. I'm not dismissing you, but come join my Facebook group and then you will know when I'm doing these, and you can be on for the chat. But I think some people don't want to have anything out there. So what we can do is we can do a hangout, and if you want to hang out, you can, but we'll also have the text available for those of you who just want to text, but then we can discuss it as well. So we can try all different kinds of things. So don't think the Baron or Miss Rose is going to come to a workshop. They're both too creepy. I think they will return though. They might return in an audio version. Again, I've said, and I'm feeling kind of blocked with them. And I know you've been asking for them for a long time, Tom. And I tried to do a few kind of like wine tastings and things with Miss Rose. I'm feeling kind of blocked. And I think it's because of the visual. Because I really want to do something with, Miss Rose is, they both kind of usher in the dead. So it's Baron Samedi, for those of you who don't know, and Maman Brigitte, and that's who Miss Rose and the Baron became. They weren't originally, but that's who they became. And I think I might do it in audio version. I'd like to try the hangout. Because the one time we did a hangout was really nice, and it's really nice to have the people who want to do that be able to interact without me, and I can sit back and kind of shut up. No, Miss Rose is really easy. Voices are easy. It's just, it's weird to have like pretending I'm in a graveyard and you see a sheet behind me and I don't have a green screen. So, and that stuff is just so much work. Yeah, I don't watch ASMRs either. I listen to them. So I'm thinking of just doing an audio only and making it available either on Spotify, for those of you who are on there. Everything's on iTunes, everything's on Amazon. But if you want it for free, it's on Spotify. So, and if you guys are on Spotify, go on and follow me. Because once I have 250 followers, I can actually put in my bio and stuff. And I think that will help because I don't come up real easily on Spotify. And you can go on my website and find my Spotify links on there. But do go in. And then I make it available on iTunes for those of you who don't want to listen to ads, which I know a lot of you sleep. I was really surprised when I asked you guys to find out that most of you guys use ASMR to sleep, because I'm very egocentric and I can't fall asleep to ASMR. So, and I tend to create things that work for me. So find out that most of you use them to sleep. I'm trying to find ways to make it so that you can sleep while it's still something sustainable for me. So I'm putting everything on iTunes. I'm trying to make my meditation shorter, under 10 minutes, because when they're over 10 minutes, iTunes makes you buy them like an album, which I think is like $7, which is ridiculous if it's a 20-minute meditation. So I'm trying to keep the meditation short, and I'm trying to put the longer ASMR recordings into albums. So you can buy 3 or 4 of them. So it's a 60-minute thing, 60 or 70-minute thing for $7 instead of having to buy each one as an album, which is just crazy. So I have to get like 3 or 4. They're up. I put them up on Spotify right away, but then I tend to try to compile them into a album when I have the same theme. So, all right, do you guys want to do a meditation? Just to end. I haven't done a live meditation in a long time, so well, we might as well. We might as well. But please do keep giving me information. I mean, especially because I am egocentric. Just because, like, I don't have anything else to really base it on if I don't get information from you guys. So, and Drew, I cannot thank you enough for how much help you have been. I know you've taken a lot of time out, and I really appreciate it. Because I need to know what it looks like to you, because honestly, it doesn't matter what the website looks like to me as long as I don't hate it. It's what you guys need to know, what you guys need to find. Are things easy enough to find? I've been making it. Hi, Loving Loom Life. I don't know who you are. Give me your name. I probably do know who you are if you're sending me hearts. I just don't know who you are from your handles. So, all right, let's use some bergamot. I've been doing lots of meditations, but not for you guys. I'm sorry. Also, let me know if you're liking the one-off workshops. I think they're fun. They're also just a fun way to interact with you guys. But, all right. Get comfortable. And hopefully things will not crash on me. I hope not. Well, my eyes are closed. That's why if I open my eyes, that's why. Even though I do go on meditation for you. With you, I can jump back in. All right. Take a few deep breaths. Let go of any worries, concerns of the day. There's nothing to think about or do right now except seek out some answers in meditation. And I want you to find yourself walking along a sand dune in the middle of a desert. You're not worried about being here. It is not too hot. And you know that you can leave this place whenever you want. But this is where one of your guides lives. And up ahead, you see someone or something or an animal coming towards you. And this is one of your guides who has come to just assist you with the rest of your day, or help you drift off to sleep. And as you meet up with your guide, you may ask their name if they are someone new, or this may be someone familiar to you, and know that this is where they live. And I want you to greet them and ask them what it is about this place that brings you here today. And your guide asks you to walk with them, feeling the sand shift under your feet, always moving. And you feel gentle camaraderie with your guide, so you know they are always here to help you and offer unconditional love. And they ask you to reach down and scoop up some sand in your hands. And they place their hand on top of your cupped hand to form a sphere with the sand in the middle. And they ask you if there is something that you have recently lost or that you are ready to let go of. And to think about what that may be for a minute. And between the two of you, you'll put the energy of that into the sand you have cupped in your hands. Take your time to do that. And once you feel you have put all of the energy of that person or thought or feeling or situation into that sand, your guide, with their hand still covered over your hand, asks you to slowly open your hands so the sand slowly drops out and into this huge desert of sand. That may contain many other losses. And not all losses are bad. We learn from some losses, and we make room for something else with some losses. And though we may miss the person or the situation or something about what we have let go of, there may be something we can hold on to. And as your guide removes their hand, you see that there's still a bit of sand on your hands. If there is something about this situation you would like to learn from or you would like to hold on to, you can place your hands in your pockets, or you can brush your hands off to remove any remaining sand and any remaining feelings or thoughts that pertain to what you have let go of. Your guide now takes your hands and sends their energy into your body, helping to at least temporarily fill up the space that you have opened up, filling it with love and with opportunity, so you do not feel quite so empty, although that space is available to bring in new and wonderful things. And your guide informs you that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And that there is no one you need to compare yourself with, because there is no one else who has walked the same path. There is no one else who has the same thoughts, the same feelings, let alone the same circumstances. And the way you have walked your path is exactly the way you were meant to walk your path. And you can learn from situations in the past to make changes moving forward. But you are exactly where you are meant to be. And you have different challenges than other people. And you have different strengths. So there is never any reason for comparison. And you feel that fill up your body as well, and then surround you like armor. And I want you to remember that feeling that you are exactly as you should be right in this moment. And that does not mean that you will not change, for change is inevitable and desired. But right now, this is exactly right. With that, I want you to thank your guide. I want you to begin to walk away along the dune. And when you feel ready, you can hear the sounds around your physical body. Wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. Thank you, Drew. Hi, Abby. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you enjoyed the meditation too. It was a nice one. We've recently had a death in my family, so I think that may have been where some of that came from. So there was some letting go that needed to happen. I'm not the best at dealing with death and grief. I've done a lot of work around it because I needed to be able to help counsel others through it. But I know it is a struggle for me. And that was a nice closure for that. Not that it will be real closure. I put my hands in my pocket because there are things that I need to learn from her and keep with me forever. So that made me feel better. Thank you guys. I miss doing that. Um, it's really a struggle for me sometimes to not work on content. I like to fall back into content. I like making meditations. I like doing that. So I'm really having to be conscious about taking that time most of the time and spending it on really trying to get things going with this business. I'm so glad it helps. It helps you. That's why I do it. I have had very, very bad anxiety all of my life as well. And part of it is age that has made it better. And part of it is, I think, the learning that has come along with age. I have learned coping mechanisms. One thing I have never done, and I'm not, many people need it, but I have not ever taken drugs for I've never taken anti-anxiety medication, which, and I am not saying that many people don't desperately need it. My anxiety is not to the point where I need it to be able to get by, and I did suggest it to many clients because they needed it. And for me, the one benefit of not doing that is that I have really had to work to learn coping mechanisms. And people who take anti-anxiety medication, other medications, also need to work at that. But there was a very strong feeling. There was a lot of incentive to figure out coping mechanisms very quickly because my anxiety was very bad, and still can be sometimes. But I have tools. I go to ASMR very quickly, and once that has helped me calm down, I go to my guided meditation, and I use the tools that I have. I've created my inner temple, which is also an album I have on Spotify and iTunes, and I have the rooms in my inner temple that I can go to get help from my guides. So I'm glad you guys liked that. I liked it too. It made me feel good. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. I think I am getting to the end of the really focused time of working on the website. So I am going to still be spending a lot of time. This is like boot camp. It's like business boot camp for me. So I'm listening to lots and lots of podcasts to try and figure out what I need to do. But if you guys have any suggestions, because I know many of you are business people too. And for those of you who aren't or want to be, I'm going to try and give you updates on how this is going, what's working for me, what's not. The biggest thing that's been working for me is tracking everything. I didn't spend a lot of time in Google Analytics because I didn't really know how it worked. So I'm spending a lot of time in Google Analytics and trying to figure out who comes to my website, who spends time on my website, not just comes to my website, and who seems to click on things in my website and like them. And I'm trying to figure all of that out because I really want to know the best way that I can help you guys. And that helps if I know who you are. I'm very lucky to have many of you in my tribe that interact with me regularly. So I know who you guys are, and I can make videos just for you. And I can try and put Google Hangouts in my workshops because I know Tom likes them, and I can try to do movie star videos because I know Katie likes them, and I can, all those things. So I make them specifically for many of you because I know you, and that is very helpful to me. So, and I would like to know more of you. So do reach out to me, and thank you guys for being here. I know some of you are sneaking out of work a little bit, so thank you. I am going to try and do something maybe next Tuesday night, maybe. I'll see if I can get back to Tuesday nights again. I'm missing it. I was realizing that the other day I did a long guided meditation session. I was thinking, oh, I haven't done this in a long time. I need this. So if not this week, hopefully the following week. This is a crazy time of the year. My husband has a big project going on with a lot of people from out of town that are here that I'm helping cook for and take care of, people from Indonesia. And then we are getting ready for our own trip to Indonesia next month. So it's crazy, but I miss you guys. And I know there's going to be a break while I'm in Indonesia, unless there isn't. I may not. I may visit from Indonesia because I'm going to have wireless. So I'll throw my camera in my suitcase. I got to take my laptop anyway because I got to work part of the time I'm there. So, all right. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to talk to you guys again soon, both on here and in the Facebook. Please do comment below. So now I'm going to give you all your calls to action, which I know now because I am watching business podcasts. So comment below about what you guys want most of all. And even if it's something I decide not to do, I do appreciate it, and I will tell you that. And the only reason I will decide not to do it is because I don't think I'm good at it, or it doesn't fit with kind of what I tend to do well. So, and for those of you who aren't on live, because I know most of you are already subscribed and on Facebook, subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel, although that's growing rapidly. You can find me on Twitter at JessicaCross. It's actually at JCrossStitch. There's 3 S's in there in the middle, which was probably a stupid idea, but that's what happened. And you can all of this on my website if you go check out JessicaCross ASMR, sign up for my newsletter, and I may even read my newsletter on here to you guys. Okay. I love you all. Thanks so much, and I will talk again soon.